Okay, I want to finish off telling you all about banking stuff and the timeline of everything and what she was saying to me and all of this. Back in October with my banking app, they had upgraded. So now I know about credit report, like I was telling you. Okay, the timeline, now mind you, in 2005, we were buddy buddy. I was one of her best friends, according to what she said. But behind the scenes, she had taken out her first credit card in my name. It doesn't show me the amount or anything like that. It showed that she paid it off. I think she had paid that one off around maybe 2007 or something like that. That was a Capital One credit card. That was the first one. And then she opened up another credit card in my name with a military bank. And that one was opened up, I think about 2008. She opened that one up. She paid that one off. All the while now, we on good terms. We're buddy buddy. We going places. But I did notice a couple of times she had some friend that was supposedly getting married in Nigeria. And I had asked about, me going along. I paid my own fare, of course. But for some reason, I think she lied and told me the girl changed her mind and they weren't going to Africa to get married and so forth and so on. I believe that there was a wedding. I believe that she went and she just didn't want me to go. But that's okay. So she opened up a loan. Now, that loan was back in 2016. That loan, I'm aware of that loan because that was the one for the motorcycle. So I'm aware of that one. So she had taken out credit card, a loan that I didn't know anything about, and then a loan that I did know something about. And then she took out another credit card in 2016 for the amount of $20,500 at the same military bank in Jacksonville. So I know she recently made a trip to Jacksonville, and it was not a joy trip. I know that for a fact. So she wants to act like, she just decides, oh, I'm just dropping in, girls. No, that was bank business because I called them and let them know. And I don't know what's going to happen with that. But Carmen knows all about it. So it's not like Carmen doesn't know. And like she said, she will stick with her through it thick and thin. But then to tell me I'm disrespecting somebody who's using me. This is the same woman who said that I was a piece of shit, that I was the world's worst mother. I'm a loser. I'm a this. I'm a that. But she's the one doing all this damage to me. She's stirring up the pot. And when I now say, oh, no, 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 you're not getting away with this. And then she had another credit card and she closed that one out. But this one had been going on since 2016 until November 27th of last year. When I told her, that's when I told her, just write me a letter of recognition. And I was going to go ahead, like a fool, go ahead and let her just pay it off. But I was quite upset. That's what I was going to do for her. But before she would give me a letter of recognition, she said all of these things about me, that I'm stirring up a pot, that she doesn't have time for this, and so forth and so on. And this is all after she's been discovered with all these credit cards. She's got the audacity to say all those things to me after I found out about it. And I just wanted a letter of recognition, and I was going to let her pay the minimum, which was 200 and something a month. And I knew it was her because what I did is I sent her an email. And I sent her a text message letting her know I had sent her an email and that she needed to read it and get back to me. Because I could not believe, with all the stuff that she had been saying about me, going on YouTube or wherever, Facebook, saying I didn't raise her and that Iris raised her and all this and all that. I was shocked when I discovered this in October of last year. So when she came back with I was supposed to take care of her and my grandson, that was what I was supposed to do, I instantly sent her a text message back correcting it. And I said to her, I didn't have to do a damn thing. I could have put you and him out, because some parents do that. I could have made you stay home and not go to school anymore and not finish your education. I could have said you can't go anywhere and you would have been stuck in the house because you didn't have nowhere else to go. And then you're going to have the nerve to tell me that I was supposed to do this? I said, you might have wanted to put him up for adoption because I guess the father wasn't in the picture and you didn't want to be bothered. But to say I said it or that I was thinking it or that I was trying to do it is a damn lie. Once again, got to change the script to make yourself look like the victim when you're the one perpetrating the fraud. I should have turned your ass into the police, but I didn't. But when you call yourself getting all big on social media, after knowing that I know all this, and Carmen knows it too, because that's why she went on when I was going to talk to Nandy. That's why she was like, I'll pay you $10,000 publicly. Publicly. You belittled me publicly. You lied about the money because I asked her to go on and tell you people that never happened. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that because they're not going to believe you anyway. They're not going to believe anything I say. I say, well, then I'm going to do it because you're not going to leave me hanging out there like that, like I might have taken some money from you. But you know I didn't take no money from nobody. And I didn't take none from Nandy either, in case people want to say, oh, well, Nandy paid her. Nandy didn't pay me a damn dime. Now, she charged y'all for it, but I didn't ask for any money. I wanted to get my story out because I'm the missing parent. But she had the nerve to write me all of this stuff, people, after she'd been discovered. After I said, no, you're going to talk nasty to me, I want you to pay it off. So I don't know if y'all remember, there was a day back in November where my daughter's at a restaurant first, and she's doing a live. And then Carmen and her did a live. And then they are in their car, and you could tell Carmen's jaws are clenched because she's saying, well, we got to go take care of something. That taking care of something was paying off that $20,000 loan. So I can only guess what was my daughter's thinking was. She's going to open these credit cards and pay them off because I'm still alive. So the big one, so when I wrote her that email and she responded to it about the credit card, the outstanding one, that $20,000 one, she admitted to it. And she says, well, I make the payments every month. Like, really? But you're going to overlook the fact that you took out a loan or loans and credit cards in my name when you weren't supposed to. Somehow that got missed. Somehow she erased that away. Well, I'm making the payments. So what are you bitching about? I'm making the payments. What I'm bitching about is you shouldn't have done it in the first place. She never learned her lesson from the age of 18. So when she went on live one day talking about, well, standards of behavior, and if you did something 30 years ago, you shouldn't be held to that same yardstick because you've changed. What change have you done? You've gotten worse. You didn't need me for anything. You were a traveling nurse. You said you paid your Jeep off in cash. And they had all the bling and this. It looks like some kid's toy. Not a grown woman's vehicle. It looks like some teenager bought it. With all these lights at your feet and a big thing across the front on the outside that changes colors like those signs, those LED signs. Stupid stuff like that. As a matter of fact, that night that we went to dinner, it was late. It was during COVID. She wanted to go down Hollywood Boulevard. I took her down Hollywood Boulevard. It's dead. No people are out. And some guys, young guys, pull up next to her. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice. And we did a night drive through Hollywood. And I took her downtown. She wanted to go back through Hollywood. I'm like, Tanesa, there's nothing. It's dead. There's no people out. She still wanted to go back that way anyway, so other people could compliment her on her car in the dark. If she had stayed out here long enough, she would have been pissed off and probably would have sold the car, because you can find them on just about any car lot. And they're like running 20, 30,000. I could go buy one. They're a dime a dozen. Just like a friend of mine came out here with his Range Rover, and he was really shocked and surprised that there were so many Range Rovers. His would have blended in. But this is the kind of talking that this person is saying to me after I'm telling her, you have an ultimatum. You got to pay this loan off by the end of November. So she and Carmen wait till almost that date to go pay it off. I think it was the 27th. They went and paid it off. You can go back and look at the video if they still have it up, of them going to take care of some business. So Carmen is fully aware of what's going on, and she's fully participating in it. So all you people who are all Carmen people, trust me, it ain't what you think it is. She's just as cold-blooded and cold-hearted as my daughter. So yeah, they do deserve each other. They're cut from the same cloth. And they don't mean you no good. They just want your money. And you gladly are giving it to them, because I discovered they belong to a community of lesbian couples where one is more masculine energy and one is more female. Those are the people who are supporting them and keeping them in lavish lifestyle because they can afford to. It's not no big deal. You're paying $5 a month for what? To listen to an idiot try to be smart? And then I get these comments about, oh, your poor daughter. You up here telling on your poor daughter. A mother's responsibility is to protect her child. And I would never do this and I would never do that. And I got the Amen Corner getting in touch with me. Well, let go and let God. Let go of what? I am letting go. This is my way of letting go. I get my chance to let go. And I'm all right with it. I know that she's never going to talk to me again, and that's okay. I get it. Does it hurt? Yes. To know that this person has been backstabbing me for years and looking me in my face for part of it. And then the latter part of it, like some years back, I guess, still doing it and now looking me in my face and doing it. Been looking in my face the whole time and doing it from 2005 until November of last year. She's been taking out credit cards and loans in my name and got the nerve to tell me that I'm a poor excuse, a miserable excuse of a mother and a human being. I mean, I'm going to read that again. You are a miserable excuse for a human being, let alone a mother. And she said this to me the day before she paid the loan off. Fuck you for life, you trifling ass bitch. You are a miserable piece of shit. It costs $0 to be respectful. You are a loser, always have been, and will always be. This is the person saying this to me after frauding me all these years. This is what I am. Well, y'all can keep on paying her bills. Y'all can keep on doing all of this because I realized in talking to a person of that community, I get it. The parents haven't been welcoming of the lifestyle choice. So you are all about bashing somebody's parents because you probably went through hell with your parents when they found out that you were gay and they gave you hell. So this is your chance to get back at somebody else's mother because you think that she's going through the same thing and this is the reason why. No, I don't have any problems with people of the gay community, period. And for those who actually go through the sex changes, especially the men becoming women, oh, you don't even want to know what they go through. They deserve our respect because it is not easy. That is some painful surgery. Let them talk about it because I've seen it. It is painful. And recovery is no joke. But don't let her play you like that. Because I know you got these little private rooms where y'all have private discussions. So she might be telling you some of the damage control in those private discussions. But this is what happened. I'm not alleging that it happened. It happened. So she never learned her lesson. So this thing of can a person be held to the same yardstick? If you had stopped the behavior when you were 18, yes. But you started up again in 2005 for some reason. And we were buddy at that time. I'm coming down to Jacksonville quite often. And then you're going to talk all this stuff about me? And you're going to allow other people to talk about me? And then you hook up with some dumbass woman who gives up her whole career to live a lazy lifestyle. So you're both using people to keep your lifestyle up. Because guess what? If they ever turn on you, your ass is stuck. And I hope they don't turn on you. But you need something to happen to stop you. And to be calling me all of these names and stuff and using me like this and looking me in my face at one point, yeah, I'm feeling some kind of way about you. So I know after today, I'm on my own and I'm be so happy to be on my own. You're terrible. And then you go out of your way to try to turn others against me. And then you should have heard some of the comments. Oh, you shouldn't be talking about her. And one day I listened to them do a live, and it lasted for hours. Hours. And it was I call the lady the Amen Corner because she just had all kinds of praises for Carmen. And Tay, since I've known you, you are just such a beautiful person. And you shared some things with me that I'm not going to repeat. Lady, stop lying. They paid you because you came on twice. You gave a couple of hours, and then there you were back again. Amen, amen, amen. You probably don't even spend the first damn day in church. And if you are, you up there falling out because you're a hypocrite. And then all these, oh, don't say nothing. Let go and let God. I am doing what God told me to do. He said, don't worry about the money. You get the word out. Because I got a little bit sick of these letters, postings. And sometimes it could be a posting about something nice. And they want to come on and turn it into something else. I had to get them straight. On that post, leave all the comments you want. But on this post, which has absolutely nothing to do with what you're talking about, we're not going to do that. We're not going to play that game. And while I'm at it, in the future, if you come on any post that I have that's relating to this, I'm okay with it. But if it's on something that doesn't relate to it, and you know the rules, I will block you. And I don't block anybody. So we're not going to do this anymore. I'm sick of it. This has been a shameful experience. And I thought she was better than this. But you're going to stand on my shoulders and spit on me, but you're using me to keep your lifestyle going. And if any of you Facebook people want to help keep their lifestyle going, because maybe you had some issues with your parents or people in your family when you turned, let them know how you've been feeling and what you want to do with your life. That's sex. That has nothing to do with common sense. So don't let your sexual preference rule your common sense. And Carmen is just as bad. All these years you've been feeding homeless people, but not once did you become a nonprofit. Not once. And there's always got to be a photo op. There are people every day feeding homeless people, and it's not a photo op for them. But you want people to feel sympathy for you because you're out there feeding them. Guess what? You make enough money to go out there and feed people and write it off on your taxes. That's all you got to do. But you want it to be some grand posted event. This is what you've been using all these years from what I've been gathering. You've been using this, and then you go with the puppy dog tears or whatever, and people just pouring money into you. Like with that family. That GoFundMe account could have been put up in their name. You didn't have to have any part of it. But see, that's a good way to scam, because once you get the money, you can do what the hell you want to do with it. And that's what you've been doing too. So we got two skeezers that hooked up together, and then got you paying for their wedding. I think I read somewhere the other day that they want you to pay $1,000. That's because they can't afford to pay for it. I guess the casino's not going to front them that. Because that's what casinos do. Just in case you people who don't go to casinos, y'all don't really know how it works. If you a high roller coming in with $10,000, you big time. You paying big money. You losing big money. But you were playing a card game, but you got tattoos of dice with fire around them and my daughter's name. We're going to talk about that real quick too. Because what that really is you sending me a message. Because around the time between the time to pay the loan off, Carmen called me. And it didn't last too long, but we talked for a little while. We were halfway civil. And we got into a gambling conversation because I had mentioned something about gambling. So she was all about, this was after the interview with Nandy. She was all about trying to find out what it was. So I explained it to her, and she acted like she knew what I was talking about, but she didn't. Because shortly after that, she sent me a text saying that Tay was going out of town and she wanted me to meet her in Vegas, that she would pay for everything. And I said to her, I texted her, I never spoke to her again. I texted her and said, my daughter has to call me or text me and say it's okay. So Carmen says, well, she knows everything that I'm doing. Nothing is hidden from her. I said, once again, just have her text me or something to let me know it's okay. Because I had also in that conversation let her know I come to Vegas for my birthday. Well, guess who went to Vegas around the 25th of January? That's when they took y'all on the tour of the Penthouse Club where they were with the wedding planner. That was that weekend because Carmen was thinking I was there. So they would go on and do that. And then I would say, oh, y'all are here? I'm here too. But I purposely didn't go because I didn't feel like it. But that was what she was all about. So it was a dice game that I taught her. And apparently she's been using it and winning. That's why the dice are on her arm when she used to be a card player. But remember, this is gambling and you can still lose your money. All they got to do is bring in a great shooter and let them throw, and you pile that money up, like I told you, and you pile it up, and they roll a 7, your ass is out. So that's where the dice came in. So when I'm doing these little jabs, it's because I'm hurt. I'm hurt and I'm disgusted. I have to be all of these negative things, and I did the most for you when I could. But the whole idea was to drain me dry and then talk shit about me. You've got a whole lot of coldness in you. And you've had this in you from a very young age. So I said, well, the breakup between me and the Danish guy probably was upsetting and so forth and so on. You've been on this track for a minute. You've done it to other family members as well. So I'm not the only one. When you took your ass back to Virginia to call yourself, getting away from your social life in Jacksonville, I have relatives that live in Virginia, not too far away from the house. I asked her to go by and see them because one of them was in the delivery room. My aunt was in the delivery room. Oh no, I don't have time. Really? Like we all of a sudden are no good. But you were going to visit her son when he lived in his mansion. You didn't have no problems visiting her son, but you couldn't have 1 minute to spend with her and say hi. And there's an aunt of mine that used to also keep Avion for the summers too. She is the mother of my cousin that runs the nonprofit. If they were alive, if she was alive, you wouldn't be doing this. If she was alive, Iris wouldn't be doing this either. If my father was alive, none of this would have went down. But these people are gone. They're going on to where they go. And I'm stuck here looking at this crap. I'm very hurt. I'm disgusted. So I walk away with a heavy heart, but at least I had to get my side of the story out. So you people who've been writing me, I forgive you because you didn't know. But if you write me after this with some stupid stuff, And one had the nerve to act like nothing ever happened. If any of you write me like this again, I'm going to curse you out. I am going to put my foot in your mouth. Because now you shouldn't be so stupid. You've been played just like I was played, except I was played more seriously than you. So I want to thank you all for putting up with this and hearing me out, because I needed it. I thank you very much. And from now on, it's all about some positive content. And I might take a jab here and there with a post. But in terms of video, I got a lot to teach. I was a director of a senior center for 16 years. And one thing I can say that I came away with from the experience, I learned what it's like to age. It was the best education about life I could have ever experienced. So I'm now going through those golden years that I saw so many people do before me. I'm going to have me some fun with this. So thank you all for listening. But now you know the whole story and not just somebody telling you some BS and acting like they grew up in such a horrible house. No, they didn't. But they knew how to draw sympathy from people. They knew how to play that violin. And they've only just gotten to be more. I'm glad that the Air Force put her out, because had they kept her, oh boy, she would have made a damn good spy, because she could look people dead in their faces and be setting them up the whole time. So take care, people. I know it's late. I know y'all got things to do. I got things to do too. But I want to thank you. Bye-bye.